Everybody. I know I'm the last speaker, and I think I'm the only software guy here in this session, so I'll not take more than 5 or 6 minutes, because most of the things which I was, trying to explain has been told by my colleagues from Sun and IBM about virtualization, even from Nortel. So from software perspective, I wanted to just share with you, since I think everybody knows what is Red Hat. We are the leaders in the open source Linux market. This is very clear. Today, like I just commented when I was sitting, I told Mr. Putram that, again, Linux is on the edge, which was, when about 6-7 years back, Linux was always on the edge of the networks. We were never inside the enterprise. Today, things are very different. And how we are adding value to the whole environment, whether it is data center or application development, especially when you're talking about data centers, it was heartening to know that all the states are now looking at the PPP model where the operators are going to operate these data centers. Naturally, they need to save money. They need to deliver key services. They need to maintain those SLAs. So how can they, deliver services as well as save the cost of their infrastructure? So that's where open source brings value to the whole ecosystem there. These things are known. It's a technology built on true open standards, very flexible, innovative, and provides quality. These are some figures. In fact, these are the figures which IBM had done a survey in 2006. So I captured it from there. If you see the Linux movement within the organizations or within the enterprise is increasing. 83% is saying that we will put our applications on Linux. And not only the edge applications like firewall or DNS or proxy, it is core web applications, core, the services which the departments are going to deliver. Now, when we say what, again, in this forum, since it's a forum for data center, again, we are talking about virtualization at the OS level. Now, here, when we talk about virtualization, it provides a platform where you can even have Microsoft as one of the guests in a Linux operating system. So we are not limiting the whole thing to only a Linux-based, a data center. So if you have applications which are there on Microsoft platform, which are there on Linux platform, today Red Hat's new version of Linux provides you a flexibility to have even Microsoft as a guest OS in a Red Hat Linux operating system and run those applications. There are new technologies which have come up now in the latest releases of the operating system there, where you can intelligently manage storage. You can have failover. The clusters are now getting inbuilt into the operating system. New features have come up. Unfortunately, I've had some small videos, 1-minute videos, but it didn't run on these machines. So, which actually explains what is virtualization. It could have, I know, Mr. Paul said it takes a 1-hour session, but I could have done it in 1 minute. What is virtualization in an operating system scenario? Unfortunately, it didn't work. Maybe if you can go to redhat.com, you can see those videos where it is very beautifully explained how, suppose, an email server, which is the most critical element in a data center, if you see, it is one of the most critical applications because it is most commonly used applications among different departments, or a portal, which is again a very, very critical front end for a data center, for the citizens or the users. How can those applications be, suppose something happens to the hardware device or the application, how they can be simply made to run on another machine. So unfortunately, we couldn't see those videos. I want to touch another point here very briefly, sir, that beyond Linux as an operating system from the open source, which has been very famous and accepted, today, open source is also emerging in the middleware space. We do compete with IBM, BA, Oracle in that space, mainly because of the fact that a very critical component called JBoss as a middleware, which was there as an open source, was acquired by Red Hat. So Red Hat is there to support that particular middleware, which again, when you're talking about application development and you want to have a better TCO, it provides you that platform. So beyond an operating system, you have a middleware now, which is open source, supported by vendors like Red Hat. Even Novell supports JBoss, which can help states to develop applications which are more cost